In today's episode of The Pit Stop, we'll be discussing the top 5 social media channels that can help you drive more parts and accessory sales.
You're now entering the Pit Stop Podcast with OEM Interactive, helping you sell more parts and accessories online in 10 minutes or less.
How you doing, man?
That's always great. You ask me every day.
I know. I want to make sure you're feeling good, and if you're not, I got to make you, get you fired up, ready to go, ready to rock.
Well, if I said I needed, donuts could actually make the day a little bit better, would that mean you would have to go get me some donuts?
We could probably make something happen.
But I'm doing great, but I would like some donuts that can make it a little bit better.
Okay, we'll see what we can do. Can we get some donuts? Donuts, anyone? Steph? Thank you.
Thanks,
you're
Steph.
You're going to go and get the donuts? You rock.
Oh boy, donuts! Where's mine?
So I wanted to do a podcast about the top 5 social media channels to use and utilize to help you sell more auto parts and accessories online.
Yeah, and it can be, I guess it can be a little overwhelming because there seems like there's a new social channel that pops up, every month. And if it's not one of the big ones, it's a small one, and you're always wondering, should I be on that? And you only have so much bandwidth, you can't be on everything. And which one should you be on? Where are your consumers? And what's going to be the biggest bang for your buck if you're going to allocate time and resources to being on a channel?
Yeah, so we're going to break this down, top 5, and starting with number 5 and hitting up our number 1 choice. So coming in at number 5. Boom, number 5. What is number 5, Chris?
Number 5, it might come as a surprise to you guys, but I would say Pinterest is number 5. I know I get that reaction. You probably think, why Pinterest? We're trying to sell auto parts and accessories. Yep. Our consumers on Pinterest, people think that it's very female focused, which it is. There's more females on Pinterest.
There are female shoppers,
but there is also female shoppers. That's true. So you have to not just appeal to one segment. You need to try to appeal to everybody because it is a big market and it's bigger and bigger. More and more females are buying parts and accessories online as they're becoming more educated with how to find these parts online without having to go into the dealership per se. So anyway, Pinterest is a great social media platform to be on because it's very, very strong with images. And these images show up very, very well in Google search. Yep. So as part of Google search, there's Google image search. Yep. And Pinterest is a great way to be found. So if you're uploading photos of your popular parts or accessories on your Pinterest page, it's a great way to get some referral traffic. And since Pinterest is such a authoritative website, it's ranking right up with the Amazons and the eBays and Google image search. And we have clients that are on Pinterest right now that are getting hundreds of impressions. Hundreds of impressions every week from these images, and it's driving traffic to the site. So it's a good pond to be in. Yep.
So number 5, Pinterest.
Number 5, Pinterest.
Number 4.
Number 4, might be another shock that it's actually this far down on the list, but Facebook. Facebook. You guys heard of Facebook before? It's pretty big.
Number 4.
Yeah, number 4.
Okay.
Not 1, 2, 3. It's number 4.
Okay.
Facebook is great, but I think consumers are starting to shift. They're starting to use other platforms and...
Well, and let me interrupt you for half a second. You said consumers are starting to shift.
Right.
And remember, and I just want to reinforce this top 5 is we are focusing on millennial consumers.
Right.
So these are, the 18 to 34-year-olds who are buying at a high rate online and are utilizing social media. And so we're giving you this list to plan for now as well as plan for the future.
Right, because they're going to be a bigger percentage of this market in the future. Yeah. I believe the stat was 40%.
They currently represent 40% of the automotive market as a whole right now, purchasing market. So, but number 4 on the list, Facebook. With millennials, and consumers are starting to shift, so they're not spending as much time on Facebook.
They're still there, but with Facebook changing their algorithm and all these privacy concerns going on, we're not seeing as much consumers aren't seeing as much content from brands in their feed because Facebook went back to the way how they started. They want it to be more social, which is good. But from a business perspective, it's maybe not necessarily the best right now.
Yep.
But it's still good. But it's hard to engage on Facebook. It's hard to get into their micro communities, where it's easier to get into those micro communities on some other sites which are further down on the list.
Yeah, so that's a great segue. So number 3 on the list is
Twitter.
So great for engaging and jumping into conversations.
Exactly. So where Facebook really lacks and Twitter does an excellent job is being able to target consumers on keywords that they're talking about. So if somebody's talking about a Honda Civic brake pad or their car just broke down, you can engage in that conversation. That's something that you can't do on Facebook. Profiles are private, and you can have private profiles on Twitter too. But the great thing about Twitter is you can actually engage in these conversations, and that is huge. That is a huge advantage for using Twitter, engaging in these conversations. You get to actually have your finger on the pulse, and you can answer these questions that these consumers are asking.
You can mine conversations and mine your competitive or your competitors, right? And look for people who are talking about auto parts or accessories or specific vehicles, experiences with your brand or other brands, and jump into those conversations and say, hey, you purchased with them, had a bad experience. Well, maybe next time think about us, and here's a promo offer. So you can really get pretty granular and dig into a lot of conversations.
And you said something very interesting as well, which is another benefit to Twitter, is you can mine your competition. You can actually follow your competition and see who's following them and engage with them. So it's a world of perfect information right there at your fingertips that you can utilize with Twitter. So Twitter is number 3 on the list.
Now, so that brings us to number 2.
Number 2 is Instagram. And you guys have probably been hearing more and more about Instagram because it is crushing it right now as far as social channels go, especially for millennials. I personally use Instagram way more than Facebook. And it's where I not only engage with my friends, but I'm checking in on brands and businesses, and especially the ones that are putting out valuable content. Instagram is another great platform where you can engage with consumers on what they're talking about. Just like Twitter, you can locate hashtags, and you can engage with people that just posted about, they're having problems with their, Chrysler that just broke down. You can engage with these people, and that's so huge. Whereas again, Facebook, you really can't do that.
But then also the option to purchase, right? So you can purchase. You can tag the image with the pricing. You can purchase right there. Boom. So everything becomes frictionless. So if I want to jump into, I'm a Mazda dealer and want to jump into conversations about Miatas and engage with people there. I can search that information out, and then I'm posting content. I'm posting Miata accessories,
parts and accessories.
I'm getting in there and I'm saying, hey, I'm here, and people see that in that group, and they're like, you know what, I was thinking about that, and I'll just purchase it. Like I purchase it just like that.
You can see the price. You can buy it natively within Instagram, or you can link to the website. So it's a great way for referral traffic as well.
So the last one on our list, numero uno is YouTube. YouTube is amazing.
I use it every day. I know you use it every day. Consumers are going there a ton for how-tos, how to fix stuff, how to install things. It's a great resource for you guys. YouTube is amazing. And there's a stat here I have. By 2019, global consumer internet video traffic will account for 80% of all consumer internet traffic by small biz trends.
It's crazy.
Boom,
so,
right there.
Being able to utilize, creating those videos, creating product videos, creating do-it-yourself videos, the product videos. We create product videos for our clients, like these, basically like QVC looking videos. Put one up right here. Ding. So, being able to utilize those, consumers are looking for those DIY videos. They see our product videos, and then also from an SEO standpoint, those product videos are indexing.
First page of Google usually.
First page of Google within minutes,
right,
if you do it correctly, and we do. Boom, boom, boom. So that is our top 5 social channels. Pinterest number 5, Facebook number 4, Twitter number 3, Instagram number 2, and YouTube number 1. Chris, thank you as always for giving us the rundown on these social channels. Speaking of social channels, we've got some social channels too.
Yeah,
right?
we got some social channels. Don't forget to follow us, you guys, on Instagram at OEM Interactive and Twitter. And also don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And if you like it, give it a like.
Yeah. See you guys next time.